I learned somewhere that Marcel Proust coined the Petite Madeleine effect because the smell of madeleines reminded him of his childhood. My memories work like this too, coming back in vignettes. Like how 1 second you get a whiff of a certain perfume, or find an old smudged t-shirt in the back of your closet, or even see someone who looks vaguely familiar across your peripheral vision, and suddenly, against your will and with no warning, you're 14 or 16 and aching in your new gym sneakers again. The whole world shifts when that happens. I am hopelessly nostalgic. Here's a collection of things that take me back to those sweet, salty years of adolescence, teetering on the brink of girlhood and adulthood. It was a nervous habit. She hadn't grown into herself yet. Junior high, in the back row, praying the teacher wouldn't call on her. I gave you back your shirt, neatly folded in a box, and left it on your doorstep. You probably think that I'm still in love with you, but I was never the kind to head over heels stumble about for anyone anyway. The concentrated gaze of your best friend as she lightly grips your chin to apply lipstick. Half sensual, half tradition, all hushed like communion. He cried after the first time he had sex. Parked in a field between a graveyard and the high school, right before he was supposed to be home for dinner. Foggy windows, some old song playing on the faulty stereo. A few things about that car were always true. The speakers never sounded right, it always smelled like her perfume, and there was always a tin of mints in the cup holder. It wasn't really my first kiss, but it was the first one to count. I had to tell you to wait so I could take my gum out first. I held it between my fingers and let the world go soft. She had swiped it from the corner bookstore. It was just 99 cents, but she was too embarrassed to pay at the counter. Her cheeks still burned to think about it. I keep the old house key on the ring because I guess I'm just used to the wait. The exchange was a routine, slipping them into each other's hands between second and third period. The notes didn't really have to say anything at all, just a doodle, an I heart Jake, a poorly written poem about world history class, in that special language only teenage girls can speak. It somehow always meant, we'll get through the day, and everything else too. The world revolved around your bare shoulders in a tank top. All skin and displaced sin, I spent the summer memorizing the shape of your back on the way out of a party. Swimming was the worst part of gym class. I changed in the bathroom stalls while the other girls laughed in the locker rooms as if the walls weren't closing in. The day you told me it was over, the sky was 3 colors. I dyed my hair in the bathroom sink and watched past selves wash away like bloody knuckles. Change is good. Change is good. Change is good. Maybe I'm overly sentimental. There are some songs I'll never be able to listen to the whole way through. Some streets I can't walk down without spiraling into a myriad of nostalgic fragments. I think parts of me will always be 16, always in some sort of adolescence, even if just in moments, when I pass your old house or smell spearmint gum.
Please don't hate me. I don't want this to change how you... I don't want to feel like this. Please believe me. I started to hope that you would just guess. If you did realize, though, I couldn't tell. But if there's any chance, I had to tell you.
Are you almost ready? You're not even dressed yet.
I had to pack.
You have weeks to pack. Get dressed. We're already late. Don't know if you noticed, but the car has stopped.
I think I'll just, sit in here for a while.
What is going on with you lately? You are going inside, Lawrence. I don't care if I have to drag you. Don't forget his present.
I am so glad you could make it.
Oh, Lawrence wouldn't miss Eli's graduation party for the world.
Well, I know that Eli will be happy to see you. It's been too long. Speaking of Eli, I think all the kids are in the garden. Go on. In August already, Eli is going to Georgetown. No, that's it. You can always make
Yeah. Well, I had a cousin, Lane.
I don't know. I'm thinking of psychology, maybe sociology, just because I'm interested in it.
That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, get inside the brains of people and stuff like that.
I think I'm gonna go undecided at first. I really don't know like exactly what I want to do. I thought about doing maybe like a little bit of history or some. Ren, I didn't know you were coming.
Yeah, right. So how you...
So I'm like
been?
not totally sure what I want to do yet. I was thinking about something involving like, I don't know, history or science, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like that would just be the move. Hey, wait. Here.
You got me a card?
No. I mean, My mom did. She told me to give it to you.
Yeah, right. I think I had some present I was supposed to give to you too. Probably just some trinket my mom picked out.
Don't worry about it. I'll see you around.
Yeah. I'll see you. I'm sure this is the kind of thing I should be telling you in person, but the thought of having to look you in the eye and see your response stopped me every time I tried. I started to hope that you would guess. I don't know how, maybe by the way I looked at you, or how we stopped being able to talk the way we could as kids. If you did realize, though, I couldn't tell. So the Huguenots were
Protestants.
in.
France. Please. If the exam is this easy, it's gonna be a walk in the park.
Okay, smartass. What year was the St. Bartholomew's Day massacre then?
16. 15. What's this? You put this in here? I guess we'll just have to find out.
Wait, just wait till you get home.
Hey, Eli.
Hey.
You ready to go home?
Yeah.
I love you. And I don't mean as a friend, or even as family. I just love you. I'm not really sure where to go from here. Could we talk sometime? Ren.
In plants and factories all over the country, this was a common sight at quitting time not so long ago. Today, we see a different scene. Women have joined the men in the production lines, and the percentage of women in industry is expected to be much higher very soon. Millions of women who have never before been employed in industry are now enlisted in the nation's labor forces.
Having grown up as a cis female in a period where dramatic changes have happened in gender regimes around the world, and in the two places that I've lived mostly, in Romania and the United States, I came to gender studies via kind of realization of what gender inequality means, and obstacles that I myself had to face.
After I graduated, I worked as a waitress for a few months, which actually I think was really good for me. I'm glad I did that for a little bit, but then I got this job in May, and I've been here ever since. I work at Taylor & Printed Sportswear as a production artist, graphic designer. I'm a recent graduate from IU. I just graduated in 2017, a semester early. I started doing graphic design when I was in high school, so that means I have like 6 or 7 years of experience with graphic design. Started with Illustrator in a class that I had in high school, and ended up getting a couple different internships in graphic design. I had one in Italy.
I'm a very detail-oriented person, so something about programming that made that really appealing to me. I've been working as a barista at the Inkwell, and in my spare time I've been kind of sharpening my web development skills and also applying to full-time jobs. I didn't expect to have a job coming out of graduation, which is okay. But I didn't think it would take a long time.
I think there are a lot of women who want to study graphic design, but I think the people who really get ahead are usually men. They're usually given chances first. Like, there's a job that I really wanted to apply for in Indianapolis, but I didn't bother because I just assumed that because of the nature of the work, it would go to a man. And there was a job that I applied for at IU that someone who I'd had classes with got, and he didn't study graphic design and doesn't have any background in graphic design, and I didn't get an interview. So
when individuals do not include their gender in your CV, when one puts just their initials and doesn't signal in any other way their gender, it's really interesting to see that the same kinds of CVs get treated very differently if the reader somehow assumes that the person's male, because they're not assuming the person's female by virtue of their first name.
Anywhere from 1 to 4 people are interviewing me in any given interview, and I remember specifically there have been 3 women out of like these 5 or 6 interviews, 1 to 4 people per interview. So most of the time it was men interviewing me, or teams of men even. When I'm in interviews, I feel like they want to hire me so that they can get diversity points and be like, we have a woman on our team. And that makes me feel like they're just wanting to hire me to look more diverse.
I've had coworkers tell me before that they don't like working with women because they're too indecisive and picky, and they're like, oh, like, I think I want to do this. Never mind, I think I'm gonna do this, and I don't know, I think maybe I'll add flowers to it. So, but I think I'm just as fast and productive as anyone else in my field. I don't think the fact that I'm a woman changes anything at all. There have been instances where he and other people that work here have had said things to me that were not workplace appropriate, but I know that if I ever made any attempts to say anything about it, nothing would happen, so I haven't bothered. I don't know if that's going to change at a different workplace.
Our staff is predominantly female. They are the people that are called upon to do the most, onerous, unpleasant, unrewarding types of jobs at the university. They are not paid very well. They tend to have to do all sorts of things that are not in their job description. And they don't have a lot of kind of ability to negotiate for themselves. On the average, the salaries of faculty at Indiana University are between something like 5 to 20% in the same rank, on the average, lower than men's. So right there is one of the big issues.
Between you and me, I was hoping that I'd get paid better, but that's just how it is. It's my first job. It is how it is. He said that normally they pay artists $9 an hour, but because of my experience, they would offer me $10 instead. I have this job, and then I also work retail 1 day a week on the weekends, and I also Uber in my free time. So sometimes I'll Uber when I get off work, and I always Uber on the weekends. And I also sell some of my own designs in stores and online, so it's kind of like I have 4 jobs. I don't have any savings despite this after a year. I've been working really hard for a year, and it's frustrating sometimes, but I think maybe that's just how it is when you're in your 20s. Maybe that's just how it has to be for a little bit.
To try to address the issue of gender disparity or inequality by taking gender out of the equation, I don't think that you necessarily arrive at this point in time at better kind of balance between different points of view. So I think we're still in the phase where we really have to think about this self-consciously. We have to engage with it and really produce choices that diversify the work environment. And I think that goes for pretty much every field of work that I can think of, because gender norms really do pertain not just to specific fields that are, explicitly gendered, but to every field that is about humans interacting in their kind of natural environment as social human beings.
Elements of mercy. I remember my birth. Well, I have a memory of my birth. You see, every year on my birthday, my parents hold it as something like a tradition to phone me up and go over the details of how I was born. And I've heard the story so many times and in such an elaborated manner that I can see it in my mind. It's a memory. I'll tell it to you as it has been told to me. It was a day towards the end of September, 1994, and there was a terrible rainstorm. My parents had some trouble getting to the hospital because my mom was set to give birth and my dad has bad eyesight. Neither had any business driving in the rain. They had to pull Matthew, a well-sighted, non-pregnant neighbor, out of his shower to give them a lift. It was this good deed that inspired my naming. Matthew. My mother says the labor was mild and a pleasant birth seemed promising. But you had other ideas in mind, my dad says. The plan was that I was to be delivered vaginally, and when the time came, the doctor got me head first and started me on my way. But I only came out down to my knees, at which point I got stuck. The rain did it, my mom says. Just like me, you get swollen knees when the weather acts up. So the doc had to do a quick switch and perform a cesarean section instead, but that also proved to be a problem because there wasn't enough of me left in the belly to grab hold of. There were only my legs and feet, which, at that time, were baby-sized. So the doctor washed the belly blood off his gloves and gave it another go vaginally, but I was still stuck at the knees, so he tried it again cesarean. Then he tried it vaginally, then cesarean, vaginally, cesarean. This went back and forth for a while, until the rain subsided and I was finally able to be born. It's really an awful memory, getting pulled back and forth through my mother's pelvis. I wish my parents never told me it, or at least would stop telling it to me every year on my birthday. Maybe then I'd be able to forget it and just think of my birth as a typical run-of-the-mill birth. I certainly don't believe the story, there's too much suspect about it. For one, I've been logging the weather on my birthday for the last 10 years. Nothing but fair weather. Not even a single rain cloud. I could show you the records. And also, as I recall, I've never felt particularly stubborn on any of my birthdays. As far as I can figure, either my parents are misremembering or they're lying. It doesn't matter though, either way the memory persists. Recently I've put myself to work trying to change my mind, because I think it's worth caring about what and how one remembers. So like, I started praying more and meditating. I picked up smoking, it's a good way to meet new people. And then there are days I just stay in and watch traditional birth videos on YouTube. I thought about not taking my parents' phone calls, but they're my parents, you know. I tried hypnotism, guided dreaming, DMT, essential oils, none of it has worked. The memory has deep, deep roots. I don't know, maybe I ought not to mess with it. 'Cause if I succeed, what then? I'm not sure what happens afterward. Maybe the memory is important in some way. Maybe it's a way in which I dress up the universal archetypes. I mean, there is the mother and a child, maybe a trickster, and I suppose neighbor Matthew could be the hero. The particulars of the memory are, after all, uniquely mine. My parents never told me the color of the walls in the hospital, but they have a color in my memory, which, by the way, is cerulean blue. And the doctor has a mustache, one that curls at the tips, also, oddly enough, cerulean blue. My parents are holding hands excitedly and keep talking about how they just can't wait to tell me the story when I'm a bit older. The doctor keeps apologizing for his fingernails. Matthew is there, watching from the corner, just in case I need a ride home after. And if I manage to forget all of this way of adorning, this decoration, potentially all that would be left is the general, the universal. It would be a small death of individuality, of thinking, of knowing, of being. And that's heavy stuff I'm not so sure I'm qualified to handle. I ought to leave that to the metaphysicians. Still, it really is an awful memory. But I'm sure after a while the memory will go away all on its own some way or another.
You just have to step on this property for the first time and spend about 2 minutes here and you're going, wow. You know, the big vistas, the mountains, it's just so exciting to people. It can be really hard to get in here in the wintertime safely. Where the ranch is located is an area of intense winds and a lot of snowfall, and those two make for very difficult conditions for cars. There are years like this year where we have to park a mile down the highway at a pullout just to unload the snowmobiles and drive up. I'm kind of the connection between the owner and this property and the owner and everyone that works here. And there's been much thought to where we are. You know, you think about the greater Yellowstone ecosystem, you know, Yellowstone's supposed to be wild and untouched, but it's also a great place to go and visit. So I really feel like the best balance is where there is an effort made towards what it would naturally be here, and also a place that's fun to be here as people as well.
It's hard stuff.
We have a conservation effort that goes on and a hospitality effort that goes on. We have farming, and I'm hands-on in all of that.
I think it's super unique to have a husband and wife team working together just in life. That doesn't happen all that often. I feel like it's been a huge blessing to work together, and even our kids have been such a big part of this. We made it. And it's really why it works with so few people. Anybody in our family can really pretty much do anything. One of the beauties of it is that Bobby grew up in it. So to him, I feel like all of this is who he is. Whereas for me, you know, I grew up in the city and all of this was new to me as of 1987.
One of the things we love to talk about is what's going on the ranch with wildlife. So we just decided that every year we would create a series of the best photos, whether it's weather, whether it's animals, especially animals, just general landscape shots.
Such a cool spot. Colors of sunsets, the colors of sunrises. It just looks like, you know, rays of the sun are just flowing into the valley. It's like almost like water. So cool. You know, it just kept taking shots every so often. And I can't remember whether that was one of the super moons or not, but it was super to me. I'm not a great photographer, but it's a great place to take pictures.
We're real careful with our conservation on the farming part. Eventually, I don't know, maybe no one will farm it, but after I get too old. When we first started it, we were farming about 4,000 acres. So each year, we've got less farming and more restoration. Probably 80, 100 acres more each year, to where right now I'm farming about 1,500 acres. It's a good balance that lets the land take care of itself.
I think the land use has been well thought out and will continue to be. You know, to have the farming go on and have revenue from that really allows then to have the restoration ground and to, you know, create an environment that's so amazing for animals and birds. You know, what does this mean to the Yellowstone ecosystem? It means that it's part of that. It's an extension of that. It's a place where people can come and enjoy, and wildlife can be here and do what, you know, it wants to do, not what it's forced to do. I don't think that the highest and best use of probably any property is just to totally exclude humans.
having a place that's really been constructed for wildlife and humans to interact together is the best balance. I just think without people, there's too big a piece missing.
You must say thanks to God. Without you, God, we can't come here. Without you, God, we can't even get those things. We must know how to say thanks to God.
To do something without to pay you, it's not easy, but you love it. It's something yourself, you say, oh God, thank you.
Some words to describe my mom are intelligent, loving, sometimes crazy.
Mama, she's very understanding, I'll say. And when she sees a need, she just doesn't like act as if it doesn't exist. She'll if I know if there's any way I will do or anything I can do to help you, I'll do it. It's kind of cool, don't wait. If you know if you can help, go ahead and do it.
I think the wild and craziness has also come into us. Even the first time we came here, we got a lot of clothes, but most of them did not fit us. So we just gave them away. And it looks like Mama really liked that. When she gave them the clothes, the people were really thankful, and she wanted to do more, even if we did not have a lot.
It has affected us all in different forms. I know Gracia, she's really good at knowing when someone is sad or someone is going through stuff. She tends to know that, and she usually tries to reach out. And I know for Shami, he has his own way of expressing that, what she's learning from Mama. And also, I think for me, it's just being the eldest, it's like some sort of responsibility that I have to follow my mom's footsteps. But in general, she's just an amazing mother, and we appreciate her.
Because I'm a model to them, some they can say, let us follow him. By my living testimony, by saying, she's like us, let us do.
I think she just have the heart of helping others. She believes that because God has given her this opportunity of, receiving, she should also give to others.
asked her, why do you come here? And she's like, there's living in America, being a minority, it's kind of hard. So she's like, I have to help my people. Whoever will take, fine. Whoever would, that's okay. But I did my part. Growing up, especially in Kenya, nothing like this ever crossed our mind, having like so much clothes, all kind of stuff in our garage, and yet helping others. So I think it's just amazing.
We have the picture of heaven together.
Help, like really help others. Just help. And I don't know how you help, but you'll be surprised you have something that you can help someone with.
When you give someone something, just out of the kindness of your heart, people are like, they see like, not maybe a spark in you that you are like different, you want to help. Because not a lot of people would want to help someone.
Hello?
Hey.
Oh, hey.
What are you doing?
Tinder.
LOL, anyone good?
Everyone's ugly.
True.
This boy asked me on a date yesterday, but I'm only here for the validation.
Listen to this. You're kind of scary, but kind of hot.
I set my Tinder to 30 miles, but it went to heaven and found you.
You seem like a giant bitch, and I'm literally so here for that.
I love that. Marry him.
Nah, he's a Gemini.
Bummer. I was talking to this guy who's kind of cute, but then he said astrology was bullshit. Also, his Tinder anthem is Creep by Radiohead.
That's pretty gross.
I just want someone I can project my romantic ideals onto for a week and never talk to again, TBH.
But someone who still likes my Instagram posts.
Yeah. Remember that guy from Rachel's party? I love that he never called me back.
That's so hot.
Yeah. Okay, but also, sometimes I text that one boy who's in love with me just to make sure he's still in love with me.
Yeah, you should stop doing that.
LOL.
Maybe we should try OkCupid.
Maybe when we're 30.
I hope I'm dead by then, TBH.
That's dark.
I guess.
Do you like Dylan?
Yeah, he seems nice.
I think he's a dick. Well, he's just being a dick lately.
Oh?
He just doesn't get me like you do.
It's for deal.
Hello?
Your cat's in my garden.
What?
Your cat's in my garden.
I think you have the wrong number.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Is this the Murphy residence?
Yes?
Your cat's in my garden.
Well, there is about 100 different Murphys in the phone book, and you've just got the wrong one. Goodbye. Hello?
Your cat's in my garden.
My cat is not in your garden.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. Look, it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you've got the wrong number, so please stop calling me.
Your cat's in my garden. Don't you care?
No, I don't care because I don't have a damn cat. I hate cats and I hate you. So please stop bothering me. What?
Well, I'm sorry. I'm just worried about your cat. You don't have to yell at me.
Don't cry. I'm really sorry. Just very tired. And you've called me 3 times tonight telling me that my cat's in your garden.
So you admit it?
No, I don't admit it.
You just said that your cat is in my garden.
Which Murphy were you calling?
I was calling you.
What's my name?
You mean you don't know?
Yes, I know.
Then why are you asking me?
Look, Miss,
Phoebe.
Ha ha ha! There's the trouble then. I don't know anybody named Phoebe.
You know me.
No, I don't know you.
Yes, you do. Your cat's in my garden.
What exactly is my cat doing in your garden?
Wait a minute. Let me look. When I first called, she was having sexual intercourse, and, well, I presume that's what it was. There certainly was a hell of a lot of screaming going on. Cats are a lot like people, don't you think? You really might want to consider getting her fixed.
Who are you talking to?
Nobody.
It must be somebody.
It's just some girl who says my cat's in her garden.
Who's that? Mrs. Murphy?
No, it's not.
You're not cheating on Mrs. Murphy, are you?
There is no Mrs. Murphy.
Johnny, who is that?
It's Phoebe.
Phoebe who?
I don't know.
So you're sleeping with a person you aren't married to, is that it?
Yes, Phoebe, that's it. That's exactly it. I'm sleeping with a man I'm not married to. Hope that doesn't shock you too much.
Oh, wait. You told me you weren't seeing anybody.
I'm not seeing anybody.
Then who's that man?
I'm not talking to you, Phoebe. I'm talking to Andy.
All right, I want to know who Phoebe is, and I want to know right now.
It's a wrong number.
Then how do you know her name?
We were just talking.
Would you be talking to a wrong number?
Because she won't shut up.
Then why don't you just hang up the phone?
Because she keeps calling back.
Why would a wrong number keep calling back?
She says my cat's in her garden.
You don't have a cat.
I know that!
That's it. No. I'm leaving.
No, wait. Andy. It's the truth. I swear. Wait. Phoebe, would you please tell Andy why you called, please?
Okay.
Talk to her.
I don't want to talk to her.
Talk to her. What have you got to lose?
Hello.
Hi, Andy.
Who is this?
This is Phoebe. Listen, Andy, does Mrs. Murphy know you're there?
John said he wasn't married.
I'm not married. Phoebe, just tell him about the cat.
I don't sleep with married men.
I don't blame you,
Phoebe,
Andy.
just tell him about the damn cat.
All right. Men get hysterical when their cats run away, don't they, Andy?
There is no cat here.
I know. She's in my garden.
John gives you the cat
To be growing.
whenever he wants to have a man sleep over. Is that how this works?
You mean he threw out the cat when he knew you were coming? Boy, is Mrs. Murphy going to be
He
pissed.
says there is no Mrs. Murphy.
Then who's that woman in the straw hat I see watering his flowers all the time.
John. You son of a bitch! You are married! Phoebe, what the hell are you doing?
That's it.
here?
Okay, I'm getting my stuff, and I'm leaving. Goodbye, Phoebe.
Andy, I can explain it. Would you, some of it.
Shut up!
What? Listen to me.
No.
There is no Mrs. Murphy.
I can't listen to a liar.
I'm not. Andy, please. Calm down. You're hysterical. Andy, open up. Andy. Hello, Phoebe. How are you?
Is Andy alright? I think we got disconnected.
Andy has locked himself in the bathroom with his clothes and turned on the shower.
Jeez, I hope he's not gonna cut his throat or something.
Sounds like a very serious option to me right now.
Well, you shouldn't be cheating on your wife like that.
I'm not married!
Then you shouldn't be cheating on the woman in the straw hat.
Phoebe, I am not the person you think I am.
Wait a minute. Something's happening in the garden.
What? Is my cat eating your watermelons?
Maybe that's not your cat after all.
Oh no, it's my cat, Phoebe. Oh, my cat loves watermelons.
Seems to be a lot bigger than a cat. There's a very large object moving in my garden.
Oh, maybe it's a bear.
Could be a bear. I don't know. It seems...
What? It's doing the tango, isn't it, Phoebe?
No, but it seems to have noticed me. John, this is kind of scary. It's so dark out there, I can't really see it clearly, but it seems to be coming toward the house.
Phoebe, are you on drugs?
Just Valium, but it doesn't work on me. This is pretty spooky. This is pretty alarming, John. Will you please come over here?
I don't know where you live, Phoebe.
Yes, you do. I live right next door.
Nobody lives next door to me, Phoebe. There's woods on one side and an empty house on the other.
It's not empty. It's my house.
It's not your house, Phoebe. Nobody lives there.
It's right against the window. It's looking in the window at me. You've got to help me.
Just tell me your last name and I'll look your address up in the phone book.
You know my last name. Oh my God. It broke the glass. Don't get over here right now. I mean it. Right now.
Hello? Phoebe, hello? Phoebe, did you hang up the phone? Hello? Is anybody there?
Come into the garden, Maud, for the black bat night has flown. Come into the garden, Maud, I am here at the gate alone. I am here at the gate alone.
May the light of the morning sun wake you up to the greatest truth.
And may we be honored to sacrifice in seeking this greater truth.
Dad, slow down. I'm gonna be sick.
Don't you puke in my truck.
Why are we even going out here, huh?
Told you. These pagan fucks aren't gonna start recruiting in my town and get away with it.
And why does this scare you so much?
I'm not here to debate.
What do you think they're doing in there?
God knows. Maybe sacrificing livestock, mutilating themselves, some fucked up sex shit. Nothing but evil. I'm sure of it.
All I have is a 4 of hearts.
King of Diamonds.
I am never playing another card game with you, Victor.
Sorry to hear you're not having fun. Have you tried being better?
Caro, would you agree Victor is a complete cheater? Caro?
Yeah, hey, sorry, Jane. I think I saw something weird out there.
You're outside the commune. Of course it's weird out there.
I think it's just some locals. They're probably drunk and spying on us. Are you gonna check it out? Yeah, I'm walking now. I hate those stairs. Don't do anything stupid out there. Please. I won't. I'll just scare them off. Maybe throw some sticks or something. I see them.
Caro, just leave them be. Assume goodwill. Outsiders are stupid when they get scared.
And that's why you don't get put on guard duty, Jane. Fuzzy feelings aren't gonna keep these guys out.
Daniel! Daniel, get back!
Is someone out there?
Shut up!
Please, please, everyone. May the light of the morning sun wake you up to the greatest truth.
And may we be honored to sacrifice in seeking this greater truth.
It would appear the bigots have had enough of our peaceful community. Tonight is not the night we die. The Morning Sun Commune wants only peace and love. But when that peace is threatened, we must fight back for what we believe in. I so wish we could keep to ourselves, but the outside world has come for us and killed our dear Caro.
But what are we supposed to do? We can't shoot them.
They killed Caro!
We don't know that! But she is out there, and finding her should be our only priority right now.
Jane, I share your concern, but...
Please, we didn't mean to hurt anyone, but she needs help! Hey, look, did you guys kill her? I don't know.
Victor!
I don't know. Everything happened so fast, so we... Bullshit!
Stop!
They shot her, Jane. They killed Caro, and now they want to tear apart the rest of us, too.
This isn't what Morning Sun is about. We aren't like this. You aren't like this.
I know that she needs help. That's it.
Hey, we don't know what happened. But we need to focus and assume goodwill when it is hardest more than ever.
Look, Chowdhury said, okay, it's all about protecting the community.
And what if the community becomes not worth protecting in the process? But we need to find our friend. And I can't do it alone.
We're giving all you devil worshippers a choice! Give us back our guy and get out of this county tonight, or we're gonna kill all of you! Bring him to your little shack near the highway. We'll bring something for you in return.
Caro. They said they have Caro. We need to get her.
Jane, your friend is dead. Those monsters outside killed her. It is hard, in moments like this, to know what is right and wrong. But when I look around here, it seems crystal clear to me. The community is right. Fighting for the community is right. Sacrifice.
If we do it your way, what happens tomorrow? Or the day after that? Because it won't just end there.
We're a community of peace.
We're nothing if we let them kill us off one by one.
Jane, the Morning Sun Commune stays together. I can't have you out there without any sort of backup.
I'll go.
Very well. Take the boy and try it your way. But know that once you leave the safety of the commune, you're on your own. What are you waiting for?
What are we waiting on?
Jonathan went ahead to scope the area out. In case it's a trap, I guess.
My dad wouldn't do that.
Chowdhury, what did you tell him to do?
What are you doing? They were trying to kill us. This gets rid of them completely.
People are getting hurt. I need to know if he killed Carol. What did you do?
I didn't know it was him.
Did you kill Carol? Why did you kill her?
I wish it had been on purpose.
We've all lost too much. Come on. What time is it?
It's morning. You passed out after saving that guy.
He shot his son.
Easy, okay? The locals are long gone. And they probably won't be coming back anytime soon.
What about Carol?
We found her body in the forest. Look, we have to tell them what happened, but I don't know how. But whatever we tell them, it's gonna tear the group apart.
I don't know about that.
What do you mean?
Think about what happened with the locals last night. Maybe there's something bigger than Chowdhury's speeches holding us together.
And what's that?
Stay with me. Stay with me.
Fuck you, Dad.
May the light of the morning sun wake you up to the greatest truth.
And may we be honored to sacrifice in seeking this greater truth.
Let's try that again. May the light of the morning sun wake you up to the greatest truth.
And may we be honored to sacrifice in seeking this greater truth.
I suppose last night has left some of us tired. Let's try again. May the light of the morning sun wake you up to the greatest truth.
And may we be honored to sacrifice in seeking this greater truth.
like I'm some type of Velcro queen, but I just wanna rip it off. Spill cheap wine on the tablecloth and tell everyone to just get alive. Just run away.